In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 best defensive cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think are some of the best defenders in my team right now, and let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But this list is just going to be focused on defense, has nothing to do with the cards on offense and what they can provide offensively, and it doesn't matter if they're a great card or a bad card, it's just if they can play top tier defense. So I got Joel Embiid at the number 10 spot. I mean, these endgame cards, there's going to be a lot of endgames because they all got 99 every single defensive stat, every single Hall of Fame badge, for defense and just in general. They also got every single defensive tendency maxed out. So yeah, I mean, it just really comes down to player model. So Joel Embiid for a power forward, you can't get much better defensively because just all around he's going to be an absolute beast on defense, and also does have a really good player model. That is something also really important, is the size, the wingspan, the height, but also the player model that a card does have, because player model makes a world of difference. But I got Joel Embiid at the number 10 spot. At number 9, I do have Mark Eden. I think this card is so good at defense at center. He's 7'4" at the center position, 7'7" wingspan, and I just feel like he blocks shots like crazy. He contests everything, and he's just such a big body down low. He's got a 99 block, 87 steal, 94 perimeter, 98 interior defense. He's got every single defensive badge in the game on Hoff. Defensive tendencies are almost maxed out with a 98 pass interception, 95 on ball steal, 100 contest shot, and 100 block shot. So yeah, Mark Eden's just got such a good player model, and that's the main thing about this card. He's got great size at center, a really good player model, and then he's got the stats, the badges, and the defensive tendencies to also back that up as well. But coming in at the number 8 spot, I think Jimmy Butler is one of the best defensive point guards in the game. He's 6'7" at the 1, 6'8" wingspan, but this is where it comes down to not so much about the stats, the badges, and the tendencies, because we know Jimmy's going to have that all maxed out, 99 every single defensive category, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge, and also maxed out defensive tendencies. But this card in game has the Kawhi Leonard defensive stance, which is super helpful, and so does every other endgame card, and a lot of cards in the game now. Like I'm pretty sure like Mark Eden doesn't have any as the elite motion style, but you look at a card like Joel Embiid, he's going to have that Kawhi Leonard defensive stance. But the nice thing about Jimmy Butler is this card, just for whatever reason, if you guys have used this card or played against Jimmy, he just gets great defensive animations, whether it's getting pluck steals or really just able to stay in front of people, move laterally on the courts, and block shots. Like Jimmy just feels like an absolute pest on the defensive end, on the perimeter, and I think all around is going to be the 8th best defender currently in my team. At the number 7 spot, I do have LeBron. I think for his position is a top tier defender. He's 6'9" at that shooting guard position, 7-foot wingspan, and this card, just like Jimmy, just like some other cards in the game, gets great defensive animations, whether it's block shots, steals, able to stay in front of people, get pluck steals, like deflect passes. Everything about LeBron is so great defensively. Now you can say whatever you want about this card offensively, like he doesn't have a good jump shot or good dribble sigs, or you don't even have to think he's a good shooting guard. But the thing about LeBron is he plays elite level defense. He's got such a good player model for a shooting guard, and I think for his position is going to be a top tier defender. Now coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Ben Simmons. I mean, this card, once again, just like LeBron, for his position is going to be a top tier defender. Ben Simmons is 6'11" at point guard, 7-foot wingspan, so is currently tied for the tallest point guard in the game alongside Nikola Jokic, but then has pretty much perfect defensive stats, 90 block, 95 steal, 97 perimeter, 95 interior defense, has almost every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game. Tendencies could be a lot better for Ben Simmons. That's the one thing I will say. But the nice thing about Ben is, if you guys have used this card, his player model is so wide and big for a point guard that he just gets such good paint stops and such good stops all around, for the point guard position. So I do think Ben Simmons comes in here at number 6 for the top 10 defenders. At the number 5 spot though, halfway into the list, is going to be another endgame card, and that's going to be Bill Russell. But the one thing I will say about Bill, once again, he's going to have the perfect stats, the badges, and the tendencies for defense. But if you guys have used Bill Russell in game, my god, does this card ever get the best defensive animations. I don't know whether it's his steals or his blocks. He is crazily good on defense. Like, he gets so many pluck animations. I feel like he's an absolute pest on the perimeter while also being a great interior defender. So Bill Russell, for me personally, is going to be the 5th best defender. Even though he's not as tall as a card like Joel Embiid, his player model is just as good, maybe even a little bit better. But the thing about Bill Russell is those animations are top tier on defense. Now coming in at the number 4 spot is once again going to be another endgame card, and that's going to be D-Rob. I feel like he's got such a good player model, and D-Rob always plays elite level defense. He's 7'1" at that power forward position, 7'5" wingspan, and he can just do it all on the defensive end. He's such a good, shot blocker. He can test tons of shots. He's pretty tall in game, so he's able to guard some of the taller power forwards and centers in my team. So I do think D-Rob's going to be the 4th best defender. At the number 3 spot is going to be the hero lock and Manute Bol, and this just comes down to his pure size and player model. He's 7'7", can play center power forward, 8'5" wingspan. Like, I don't think you guys realize, you guys have probably played against him or seen him in game, but he is just so much bigger than pretty much every other card in game because of his wingspan, his height, and also his crazily massive, player build and player model. It's a super wide player build, so his defense on the interior is going to be top tier. He's got a 98 block, 88 steal, 85 perimeter, 98 interior defense, and the main reason why Manute Bol is a top 3 card in the game, or was the best card, is mainly due to his player model and his defense. That's what made him over the top compared to all the other 3 hunting guards, and that's the reason why he's still one of the best cards in the game. Is not so much about his offense or his jump shot or his dribble sigs or his scoring ability. It's all about his defense. So I do think Manute Bol currently in my team is the 3rd best defender. At the number 2 spot, this one just comes down to player model, and that's going to be Invincible Shaq. His player model might be one of the best and most ridiculous player models. Like, he's just so wide in game, and this card gets the craziest paint stops down low. Like, if you guys saw my gameplay, like, this card, he blocks shots like crazy, he jumps out of the air, he's super athletic, he's quick. But the thing about Shaq is having that wide player build and that big player build is going to really help you down low and getting those paint stops. Like, he's able to guard cards that are even way taller, like a Yao Ming or Rick Smith or Mark Eden. Because of his size, he's able to play really good wall up defense and get a great contest. And also his animations are just great, getting those block shots and also the steals. But then coming in at the number 1 spot, this once again just purely comes down to his size and his player model, and that's going to be the invincible Victor Wembanyama. He is a 7'5" small forward, 8' wingspan. So you thought 7'7" was tall at power forward, you got a 7'5" card, 8' wingspan at the small forward position, when most other small forwards in the game are 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot. Like, you got Victor Wembanyama, who is 7'5", and also another great thing about this card, on the defensive end, is his player model. One of the more lanky player builds in the game, very similar to a card like Giannis, and Giannis was close to being in this top 10 just because of his player build. So I think Wemby's got one of the best player builds in my team, and yeah, and we all know he's going to have those maxed out stats, 99 in every single defensive category, only missing ankle braces on Hoff, and then he's also got perfect defensive tendencies. He's got the Kawhi Leonard defensive stance. So yeah, all around, I do think Wemby is right now the best defender in my team. But yeah, guys, that's going to round out my top 10 best defensive cards currently in the game. But like I said earlier, let me know in the comment section down below some other really good defenders you guys would include in this top 10, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.